Brilliance Audio presents Seize the Night by Dean Koontz. Performed by John Glushevich. Elsewhere, night falls, but in Moonlight Bay, it steals upon us with barely a whisper, like a gentle dark sapphire surf licking a beach. At dawn, when the night retreats across the Pacific toward distant Asia, it is reluctant to go, leaving deep black pools and alleyways, under parked cars, in culverts, and beneath the leafy canopies of ancient oaks. According to Tibetan folklore, a secret sanctuary in the sacred Himalayas is the home of all wind, from which every breeze and raging storm throughout the world is born. If the night, too, has a special home, our town is no doubt the place. On the 11th of April, as the night passed through Moonlight Bay on its way westward, it took with it a 5-year-old boy named Jimmy Wing. Near midnight, I was on my bicycle, cruising the residential streets in the lower hills not far from Ashton College, where my murdered parents had once been professors. Earlier, I had been to the beach, but although there was no wind, the surf was mushy. The sloppy waves didn't make it worthwhile to suit up and float aboard. Orson, a black Labrador mix, trotted at my side. Furface and I were not looking for adventure, merely getting some fresh air and satisfying our mutual need to be on the move. A restlessness of the soul plagues both of us more nights than not. Anyway, only a fool or a madman goes looking for adventure in picturesque Moonlight Bay, which is simultaneously one of the quietest and most dangerous communities on the planet. Here, if you stand in one place long enough, a lifetime's worth of adventure will find you. Lily Wing lives on a street shaded and scented by stone pines. In the absence of lampposts, the trunks and twisted branches were as black as char, except where the moonlight pierced the feathery boughs and silvered the rough bark. I became aware of her when the beam of a flashlight swept back and forth between the pine trunks. A quick pendulum of light arced across the pavement ahead of me, and tree shadows jumped. She called her son's name, trying to shout, but defeated by breathlessness and by a quiver of panic that transformed Jimmy into a 6-syllable word. Because no traffic was in sight ahead of or behind us, Orson and I were traveling the center of the pavement, kings of the road. We swung to the curb. As Lily hurried between two pines and into the street, I said, "What's wrong, Badger?" For 12 years, since we were 16, Badger has been my affectionate nickname for her. In those days, her name was Lily Travis, and we were in love and believed that a future together was our destiny. Among our long list of shared enthusiasms and passions was a special fondness for Kenneth Grahame's The Wind in the Willows, in which the wise and courageous Badger was the stalwart defender of all the good animals in the wild wood. "Any friend of mine walks where he likes in this country," Badger had promised Mole, "or I'll know the reason why." Likewise, those who shunned me because of my rare disability, those who called me vampire because of my inherited lack of tolerance for more than the dimmest light, those teenage psychopaths who plotted to torture me with fists and flashlights, those who spoke maliciously of me behind my back, as if I'd chosen to be born with xeroderma pigmentosum. All had found themselves answering to Lily, whose face flushed and whose heart raced with righteous anger at any exhibition of intolerance.